Hello, everyone, to WCW Nitro 9/23 1996 Retro Review video here today, ladies and gentlemen. This show was fucking garbage once again. No good action, good storyline telling, but the action in the ring was fucking absolute crap. Not one single match did I find absolutely interesting at all. I'll go a little bit into the show here. We had Taskmaster and Conan versus Brad Armstrong and Juventud Guerrera. Who the fuck cares? Why is Conan, a guy who acts like a Spanish thug, with the Legion or the Dungeon of Doom? There's no reason for him to even be part of that. Freaking Jimmy Hart doesn't make any sense being part of the Dungeon of Doom. Absolute fucking garbage. I hated this completely. The match itself was crap. And the team that wins the match was actually not Brad Armstrong and the other guy. Hold on 1 second, guys. Just 1 second. All right, so basically, yeah, we had that match end, and yeah, it was Conan and the Taskmaster that win this match. I actually did not enjoy this match whatsoever. I give it maybe a 1 out of 5 stars. This match was a fucking boring ass piece of shit. I think people would have appreciated something better than this, because I'll tell you what, it was just a fucking travesty and an absolute boring piece of shit. I could not get into this if my life depended on it, to be totally honest with you guys. So basically from there, after that match was over, we had Chris Jericho face Mike Unos. Not familiar about Mike Unos' performance-wise or anything about him. He did well with Jericho. The match was decent. I had no problems with the whole scenario thing going on here. This match was pretty decent, but of course it had Chris Jericho in it, so why wouldn't it be a decent match anyway? I give this match a 3 out of 5 stars. I really enjoyed watching this one in comparison to the first match. About this is the only decent match on the whole fucking card, to be quite honest with you. Then from there we had Glacier going up against Pat Tanaka. I really trying to grasp what the fuck these idiots saw in this guy Glacier. He was a fucking ripoff of freaking Sub-Zero from the damn from Mortal Kombat. That's all this guy was. It was a freaking joke. And Glacier wins the match with a roundhouse kick. Whoa, big fucking whoop-de-doo right there. Nothing big happened. But, so, nothing really big was going on with this. From that point, we had the WCW World Tag Team titles defended with Harlem Heat going up against Public Enemy, who were actually former ECW Tag Team champions. And they defeated Harlem Heat. This was actually the second best match on the card. Nothing bad was in this match. It was kind of slow. I didn't really get too highly into it, but it wasn't all that bad. The surprise victory was actually the most big thing about this match. This match, I give it another 3 out of 5 stars. Decent, okay action that happened in this one. So I have no complaints there. Greg Valentine faces Randy Savage one-on-one. It actually ended up in a DQ. Randy Savage then got destroyed by the NWO. Once again, the NWO attacking and demolishing Randy Savage. Miss Elizabeth standing on the at the top of the stage of the ramp. She's crying her eyes out. She's acting like she's still into Randy Savage and blah, blah, blah. Doing absolutely nothing while she watches him get destroyed. This, to me, wasn't all that big of a deal. Pretty much at this point, the NWO was taking over the second half of the WCW Nitro show. So what happens is they chase Bobby Heenan out of the announcing booth, and they get the entire NWO, including Hulk Hogan, Big Show. Well, Big Show actually was doing the announcing the whole entire time, or the Giant, as what he was calling WCW. Six, they had, trying to remember, Ted DiBiase as the color commentator for most of the show with Eric Bischoff. Who else was involved in this? I'm trying to remember. And they also introduced Vincent, who was a bodyguard for Ted DiBiase at the time, WWE. So he actually was making sure that Eric Bischoff was staying in place at his desk at the announce booth. So pretty much at the end of the show, the second half was all about NWO. They pretty much knocked every wrestler. They had each match with an NWO member. The Giant faced Jim Powers, defeated him by a choke slam. Nothing big there. Six faced Jim Duggan. He defeated him. Pretty much they were all squash matches. The NWO Sting faced this nobody, Bo Ladoc. Nothing big there. Match didn't even last but less than 2 minutes. NWO Sting, the imposter, won the match by the Scorpion Deathlock. And the Outsiders, Kevin Nash and Scott Hall, defeated High Voltage, which had Kenny Chaos and Robbie Rage. And that's what they had for the last hour of the show. Overall, quite frankly, outside of the commentary by Hulk Hogan and the rest of the NWO members, Ted DiBiase was pretty damn good. Outside of them, the rest of the show was unimportant. There was nothing big, nothing exciting. I mean, you're seeing a story unfold with the NWO, WCW, but nothing else is going on within WCW. That is the major issue that I see watching these episodes from 1996. They just did not have any kind of conflicts going on within WCW to make this even valuable for anyone to watch. How they got the ratings that they got is unbelievable, and I really think that has a lot to do thanks to the NWO storyline, because it made people actually think the NWO was an actual wrestling organization that Hulk Hogan was trying to build up into a wrestling company. So that is about the only thing that I see that was valuable about this show, and I've seen this in continuous episodes of Nitro in this 96 year. From the time they started with Hulk Hogan being a WCW champion to where I'm at now. It just doesn't seem like they have anything really unfolding. Like, for example, Chris Benoit and Chris Jericho faced each other at Fall Brawl of 96. Was there any story being developed? Do you guys remember any of the videos that I did that had anything to do with Jericho and Benoit having any story developing for them to have a match at this damn program of Fall Brawl 96? No, you did not. Not one fucking thing was mentioned about Jericho and Benoit having any friction with each other or anything like that. And it was probably the fucking best match on the entire card of Fall Brawl 96. The Fall Brawl 96 War Games match was actually pretty good. That was the second best match. And that had a storyline being developed. But the problem with Jericho and Benoit, and I'm just using that as an example, there are a lot of different examples that could go on all day for that Fall Brawl pay-per-view that felt just more of an impromptu type match. That's all it was. And it was good action, no doubt about it. But the problem with the damn thing is, if you're going to have a great match, have a good storyline to go along with it. I mean, it's kind of wasteful to take a good match that you can have with Jericho and Benoit back in the day and not develop a storyline with it. It just seems so wasteful and stupid. But that's pretty much it. That is the major problem I see with these episodes that makes me kind of not value it or anything else. The storyline with NWO and WCW was absolutely outstanding. I enjoy watching the storyline unfold each and every episode, but the matches, the other matches and people involved are not getting any kind of development or any kind of storyline being pushed for them. It's just a bunch of just random stuff thrown in together, and there you go. There's your show. And that's not good. That's very sad, actually, because they had a lot of great talent in this company. But hey, that was in the old days. They're no longer existent, and that's why they're out of business. But anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed watching this episode of WCW Nitro Retro Review. And I thank you very much for watching. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. And thank you again. Hope you enjoyed it. Lay the smack down on that subscribe button, and as well, leave your comments and opinions down below if you would like to leave a comment about this episode. And thank you very much for watching.